Good afternoon. It's the Wednesday Drive on this beautiful March Wednesday afternoon. March 29th, that is. We're going to be talking about youth turkey season in Iowa. So, I better get going. You ready to go? I'm ready to go. Let's start this thing.
Calling all stations. Clear the air lanes. Clear all air lanes for the big broadcast.
It's good to know people come and go. It's good to know people come and go.
All right, welcome to this week's edition of the Wednesday Drive right here on the Outdoor Call Radio Network. Brought to you in part by our good friends out at Rupert's Roost and Peace Turkey Calls. Hope everyone's having a great Wednesday, the 29th of March, and we're going to have a little fun. Hope everyone's doing well today. Good seeing everybody on Facebook Live. We're going to have a real quick conversation with our friend Jim Coffey from the Iowa Department of Natural Resources. Youth season is going to be the 7th through the 9th in Iowa. That's not this weekend; it's next. But since I won't be around next week. I'm going to be in the turkey blind somewhere. I thought we'd go ahead and get Jim on and talk a little bit about the Iowa season. So let me go ahead and get him lined up right now and get him on the phone. And I should be getting there we go. I got a dial tone. Got a ring. Got a ring. As we like to say. Had a good day today. Did you guys have a good day? Jimmy, good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening.
Good afternoon.
Is it good afternoon or good evening?
It's going to be a good evening here in a little bit.
Yeah, what you doing tonight? Is it biscuits and gravy or is it a big old deer steak and mashed potatoes?
I think it's fixing the lawnmowers. What I think it is.
Yeah, it's Easter weekend, man. I know you're not having ham until Sunday, right?
It's probably a good call.
Did you just say you're gonna fix the lawnmower?
The grass is turning green in southern Iowa, Dan.
Oh my gosh, it's not even. Don't even tell me you're ready to cut grass already.
It's going to be there by the end of next week, I'm guessing.
Oh, that's nuts. Clay, how you doing, buddy? Happy Easter weekend to you. Jeff, good to see you. Roger Wild up in New York, good to see you. Appreciate you. Yeah, I got to tell you, we've been talking turkey for a few months now. I've been chomping at the bits, and I finally get out of town here in a couple days. I can't wait, Jim. It's going to be awesome.
It's with the weather warming up, it's getting everybody thinking about turkey season.
And if that wasn't good enough, Jim, they're finding grays in Missouri already.
I have not heard that rumor yet.
Yeah, I got a couple emails this week. They're finding some grays.
It must be way down south.
It's south of Kansas City.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So
I was down in Kansas this weekend, and it's getting pretty green down there too.
Yeah. Hey, I had the honor of emceeing the Iowa Bowhunters Association 50th anniversary dinner on Saturday. I got to see Todd Bishop and our good friend Craig Cutts and a couple other fine folks from the DNR. They had some good stuff to say about you.
I always appreciate that.
Yeah, because I told them how much you like coming on the show, and you're always great about coming on. And they said, well, Jim's one of our great ambassadors.
I have a face for radio.
Yeah, well, don't we both? I'm telling you. So, all right. So it's March 29th. Youth season's going to be a week away on Friday. How's the forecast looking so far?
Yeah, it starts next Friday. So our youth season's always the 3 days prior to the first regular season.
Yeah.
And it's going to be one of those, depending on where you are in the state. We're talking about some pretty good snow in northern Iowa this weekend, and of course we're on the bit of the dry side in southern Iowa, but it's going to be green, and of course it's going to be in the 30s, and then it might be in the 70s. So if you're taking a youth out, the key word is be prepared.
Did you just really say it's supposed to snow in northern Iowa?
Yeah. Yep.
When's that going
to happen? Well, tonight, tomorrow, I think.
Well, yeah. I'm glad the kids aren't going out this weekend. I'm glad it's a week from this weekend.
Well, Well, and that's the risk you always take with the early season in Iowa. I've hunted first season in Iowa in some snow before, and so
Oh, yeah.
we have a lot of variability over our long turkey season on what the weather's going to be like. And if you're taking a youth out, remember they're not as big as we are, and sometimes they need to have a little more clothes or maybe a little shorter hunt to keep their attention span incorporated.
So what? Have you been out in the field glassing at all, kind of seeing where they're at and breeding?
Oh, yeah, about a little bit. They've been strutting and gobbling for a month. And like we always talk about, is the males are usually thinking they're ready, but it's always up to the females. And so we'll be seeing hens that they'll be starting to think about breeding here in the next 3 weeks. But the males are still out there doing their dominance thing, trying to get the early hens, usually the older hens, excited about starting to lay some eggs. So we're going to be in the prime of it.
So you don't, you being the Iowa turkey biologist, hens aren't receptive right now. It's going to be a week or two away.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. I mean, they're going to be hanging out with the males. And of course, we're going through the spring breakup right now. But we really won't see hens starting to lay eggs until about the first week, next week of April.
Okay. Now the daylight. I mean, the amount of light's better. Is it is a temperature variance or what is it?
So the day length is what really drives the breeding cycle. And then you get a little bit of fluctuation based on temperature and weather as far as are we going to be a few days early or a few days late. But you can almost expect, we're talking about 15 eggs, 12 to 15 eggs in a clutch, taking a day apiece. So that's 15 days. You're going to have hens incubating by the third week of April.
Okay.
Which means that they'll be laying eggs next week.
Okay. So they're already doing the wild thing in the woods then.
Well, getting there, yeah. I'm sure there's some breeding going on.
Have you been hearing some Lionel Richie and the CRP there, buddy? Come on, come on, we can handle it. We're adults.
It's just getting to that point. We're right on the edge, is what I would say.
Yeah,
there's those adult hens are the ones that are really going to be thinking about it.
Yeah.
Much quicker than the juveniles.
Hey, I was going through some video this last week. I was putting some of my hunts up on Facebook from last year and a couple years before, and I had some posturing hen footage. And it isn't I don't know about you, but I think that it's so cool when I get a lead hen to come in, a dominant hen, and start posturing and trying to show her dominance over another hen when she starts strutting and stuff. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, it is. It just tells you there's a lot of social and psychological behavior going on behind the whole breeding cycle and even in the hen side, not just the male side, which is what we think about.
Yeah. Now I had a listener the other day, and I need you to back me up on this, okay? Because I'm not a biologist. I just kind of halfway play one on the radio. So I told everybody that I had footage of a hen gobbling, and they told me that I was fibbing. That there's no way hens can gobble. Would you please tell them the truth? Tell them.
Well, I grew up close enough to Missouri, and I think you did too, that it's a show me state. And so if you've got video footage, that's pretty good show me. But it is true that you can see hens that will do what we would simulate would be a gobbling experience. Just like we think of it with males. It's not a behavior or something that they use very often, but you will see him do that. And probably the one thing that really shocks people is when you see a 10-day-old poult strutting.
Yeah, that's neat. When them little babies are, and it's.
You think of that being a mature bird thing, and no, that's happening, early on in the cycle as well.
Yeah, I always like seeing them. I got friends of mine that raise turkeys, and you'll see them out there strutting when they're like big as a coffee cup, and they're out there strutting. It's pretty cool. So and the hen gobble isn't like a robust male gobble. It's just
no.
But it is
Yeah, it's something I don't know if they really know what they're doing, but it's one of those many sounds that turkeys make that has some relevance to them. We may not know what it is, but it may just be that hen trying to display her dominance over other hens as well.
Yeah, 35 years of hunting. I've only had it a couple times. So
yeah, I've only seen it a couple times myself, and it's usually been related to brooding.
Yeah.
So they've got young out there. There's other hens around, and I've seen them gobble when they're trying to kind of pull the poults back together.
All right.
So I've never seen it while I'm hunting in the springtime.
Yeah. Well, I sit out all. I mean, I'm out all day forever. So I mean, that's why. Good to see you, Kevin. Thank you for watching, Mike. Thank you very much, Hank. Hope everyone down at Revelton. Revelton's got a big thing coming up here in the next couple days. You're going to want to keep up on Revelton Distillery down there in Osceola. They got something major happening, and that's all I'm going to say. April 15th is going to be a mighty fine day in Iowa. That's all I'm going to say right there. Hey, when the kids are going out, Jim, next week, as from the biology side of it, what would you recommend they try to call with?
Yeah, so we're going to be right in that early breeding cycle, and I'm still talking about attracting the hens. We're going to be using basic yelps. A lot of times we see a lot of youth sitting in blinds, so they're not as mobile. So there's a lot of youth that will use decoys as well. But what I really talk about with kids hunting turkeys right now is it's keeping the kids happy. It's keeping them warm. It's keeping them occupied. Because if they're fidgety, that's not good, and if they're not comfortable, they want to go home. And we know that turkey hunting is a patience game.
Yeah.
You got to put your time in.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for everybody listening on the Outdoor Call Radio app today. If this is your first time listening, we're live every Wednesday at 5 o'clock normally and at 7, and then everything else is just a pre-programmed schedule during the week. So thank you so much for listening if you're on there for the first time today. And I just appreciate you doing that. Thank you very much. I got a couple new regions popping up, which is kind of neat. You're actually talking to somebody out in Seattle right now, Jim.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
But it's going to be rainy this weekend out there, would be my guess.
Yeah, that's a safe bet, isn't it? So, all right. Well, listen, the kids are going to go after it April 7th through the 9th. And are we still averaging around 50,000 tags a year in Iowa as far as turkeys?
Yeah, that'll be the guess again this year. We'll get hard numbers after the season's open because in Iowa you can buy a tag right up to the last day of the last season. We no longer have a draw. So it'll be somewhere in that 52,000 range is my guess this year. And we'll probably look at harvesting around 11 to 12,000 birds is our guess right now. Yeah.
Yeah. Kevin in New Jersey says you're talking in New Jersey as well.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So we're going coast to coast is what you're saying.
Yeah, we're coast to coast right now. How about that? So
I'll try to make my answers a little bit more global.
Just do what you're doing. You're fine. Hey, Jacob Pike, good to see you. Thank you so much. Jeff Knutson, how you doing, pal? Hey, two more questions, and I'm going to cut you loose because Jim was really nice. I called him out of the blue because for some reason in my head I thought I booked him for this Saturday, and then I checked my schedule and it's like, well, you booked him for April 15th, but you don't have him on Saturday. You better get him on to talk about the kids. So, how do you think the 2-year-olds are going to be this year? You think Iowa's got a good abundance of 2-year-olds?
Yeah, we should have good numbers of both Jakes, 1-year-olds and 2-year-olds this year. We've had two good back-to-back years across most regions of the state. So I would expect to hear more gobbling than we've been hearing in the past because we know that 2-year-olds like to gobble.
Yeah.
But we know that Jakes like to move as well. So, keep your eyes peeled both directions.
Yeah. What's the best way to judge your turkey? I know we have a measurement formula with the weight, beard length, spur length, all that. But what's if you really want to age your bird, what's the best way?
So you're asking me a couple different questions there. Mm-hmm. If you want to age your bird, there's no great way, but we tend to use spur length as a general estimate.
Okay.
It's not scientific by any means, but it gets us kind of into some bins of where turkeys should be at. But again, I've shot some old turkeys that have very short spurs, and there's people who shot 2-year-old birds that have long spurs. So yeah, that's more genetic than anything. And then, of course, if we're talking about just 1- and 2-year-olds, we're looking at usually the tail fan replacement, the feathers. If you've got that full half-moon tail, that bird's at least 2 years old. And if you've got that broken tail fan, that's going to be a young of the year bird.
Okay. All right. So like an old strutter that's 4 or 5 years old, he could actually have worn down spurs from just fighting and stuff over the years, right? They don't grow those back, right?
Well, the spurs grow continuously, so that's the concept is we think they'll get longer over time, and they tend to hook over time, and they actually get sharper over time.
Okay.
But I've shot some old gobbling birds that have spurs that are a 1/4 inch long.
Okay.
And because those spurs are not long, they don't have a point yet, and they're not sharpened yet.
Okay.
And so they just won't develop. But typically we think of As those spurs grow in length, they get pointier, and then you get to the old limb hanger, which is the curved spur.
Yeah.
Which we tend to think is being the oldest spur.
Yeah, they're made out of like was it chitin or creatine or what is it? They're
Yeah, the same thing as your fingernails.
yeah. So they theoretically they should grow as long as the bird's around. They should keep growing.
They should up to a certain length, because once they get pointy and sharpened, they'll actually wear down a little bit. But they're always going to be theoretically growing, because the base of the spur is actually a bone. It grows a bone that has the keratin over top of it, the fingernail type over top of it. And that bone should continuously grow if the genetics are there. I mean, if he doesn't have the bone spur to grow, then the spur's not going to get any longer, because all the spur itself doing is covering that bone.
I gotcha. Hey, Blaze, good to see you. Thank you for saying hi. I appreciate that. Last question, Jim. How old is Tom? What's how do I say this? What's the best?
Start breeding?
No. No. What as far as weight? What is the best, or when will a turkey be the heaviest of its life? When is it? A couple years old? Is it older or younger? When will they be able to get to like them 28, 29 pound birds?
So there's lots of factors that go into that, and we would typically assume that even a 2-year-old bird would be at kind of its maximum weight, probably that 25 to 26.
Okay.
There's no theory that if they're 4 years old they're going to put a pound a year on or anything like that. Some of that has to do with just the stresses of life. Was it a hard winter? Do they have access to plenty of food? And then probably the thing that falls back on most people is that dominant bird is not worried about eating.
Yeah, he's breeding.
So he's breeding, so he's actually burning fat. So you might shoot a bird that's a little bit underweight, and he could be actually the mature bird that's breeding most of the hens. It might be that 3-year-old bird that's not getting as much breeding in that's actually putting weight on.
Okay.
So it's not a great indicator of age by any means, but most turkeys don't live to be past 5 years old, so you're probably going to be at normal body weight by the time you're 2 to 3 years old.
Well, I don't think I've ever asked you that. So I was just kind of pondering that the other day, and I thought I'd save that for you.
Well, and I think that's one of those interesting things, because back in the 80s, we would always have a bird or two that would come in at 30 plus pounds.
Right.
And we don't hear that much anymore. But back in the 80s, we used to measure things more like that, and people like to get their weight on their bird, and I don't even hear a lot of people talking about that anymore.
Oh, I got a scale in my truck.
Well, good.
Yeah, trust me, I weigh every bird.
Yeah. But most people look at beard length and spur length as kind of being their two driving indicators.
Yeah.
I look at weight because I'm eating it. I want to know how much bird I got.
Well, that's exactly right. I need to know how many of the food saver bags I need to make.
That's right. How many spices we got? Yeah.
Absolutely. Hey, Jim, if someone's got questions about turkeys in Iowa, what's the best way to get a hold of you?
Yep, they can reach me at my office, 641-774-2958. I'll take calls from Seattle to New Jersey. It's interesting. We have, most years we'll have 40-plus states, non-residents hunting in Iowa.
That's awesome.
So it really is a destination state for people to kind of come and check off their bucket list. And we enjoy having people here and share new experiences.
Yeah. Jim, thanks as always, buddy. You have a great rest of your week, and happy Easter to you.
You bet. You too. Good luck in Kansas.
Thank you, buddy. I'll talk to you soon. There he goes, Jim Coffey from the Iowa Department of Natural Resources. Good fine fella right there. Richard Young, how are you? Good to see you on Facebook Live. Let me hit a real quick break, and I'll be right back.
Tactacam has launched the best-in-class cellular trail camera, the #1 selling action camera in the industry. The new Reveal by Tactacam will change the way you scout forever. Not only is it one of the easiest to set up, but the most affordable cellular camera on the market. As you know, you educate your game and leave your scent when checking cameras in the field. With Reveal, those issues are gone. You can receive pictures in almost real time right to your app without going into the field. The Reveal offers half-second trigger speeds, detects game.
Oh, I bet they are, Brant. I bet they are.
LTE wireless modules, Verizon and AT&T plans available. 24-inch LCD screen, adjustable night illumination, and data plans starting as low as $5 a month. The Reveal's world-class app allows you to set up your camera, add cameras, view and organize pictures, and much more.
Boy, it was nice a couple days here in Iowa, huh? I hope everyone's having a good week.
Reveal by Tactacam saves time. gas, and most importantly, helps you stop educating your game. RevealCellCam.com for more info.
Are you into cooking wild game or grilling? If you are, you probably love to transform your wild game into delicious meals or great tasting snacks. High Mountain Seasonings has everything you need to help you make some of the best tasting sausage, snap stick, or jerky around. High Mountain Seasonings offers simple kits you can easily use at home, including 3 new low sodium blends that will produce wild game snacks your family will love. High Mountain Seasonings makes grilling steak or smoking your favorite meats taste even better with their specialty spices, marinades, and rubs for deer, elk, or your.
How about those Iowa ladies, huh? They've been playing good.
Taco and fajita blends that are spicing up kitchens and grills everywhere. Look for High Mountain Seasonings at Sportsman's Warehouse, at your favorite grilling retailer, or just go to HighMTNJerky.com for recipes or to find the closest store near you. High Mountain Seasonings has everything you need to make your game or favorite grilling meats taste great.
Heading to your favorite outdoor spot? Is your hunting, fishing, or utility knife ready for any task? Well, if you used the original Work Sharp knife and tool sharpener before you left, you bet they are. The Work Sharp knife and tool sharpener is designed to sharpen every knife you own. By using changeable, flexible, abrasive belts, the sharpening system
One
is
more
able
and we're
to
back.
sharpen a variety of knives, including curved and serrated knives, tonto blades, fillet knives, gut hooks, axes, and even kitchen knives. The Work Sharp knife and tool sharpener does this with precision angle sharpening guides and flexible abrasive belts to ensure the proper 20-degree angle every time. Each Work Sharp knife and tool sharpener is assembled in the USA by a family-owned and operated company. Customer service is
Did you
always
guys hear
on
about
the way.
the mushrooms?
So if you love the
Top.
outdoors
We
and
got
depend on
grays
a
coming
sharp
up in
knife,
Missouri already.
consider checking out one of the Work Sharp
It's supposed to be 60 tomorrow, or not 60. Is it 50? 58? 58
or
tomorrow
anytime
in
at
Iowa?
WorkSharpTools.com. That's WorkSharpTools.com.
Going fishing is something we look forward to all week. We all want to be better at it and use the best gear available. Gear that will help us feel the bite better and give superb casting performance. Well, when it comes to sensitivity and longer casts, Trica has people talking. Trica rods are scientifically proven to be more sensitive with their unique weave design, as much as 2 times as sensitive as other costly rod brands. Trica casting performance will give you up to 26% longer cast to keep your bait in the strike zone longer. Trica knows you work hard for your money.
What's up, Hank?
Give you a rod that will cast longer and let you feel the bite better without putting the bite on your wallet. Trica rods are significantly less than other high-end rods available. They offer a 1-year no questions asked guarantee. Trica rods can be returned for any reason up to 1 year after purchasing. They also come with a limited lifetime warranty. If you want to see what has anglers talking, go check out Trica rods at Trica.com. That's TRIKA.com.
Missouri. All right, welcome back to the Wednesday Drive on the Outdoor Call Radio app. Hope everyone's having a great Wednesday on this Easter week. And, man, I know a lot of folks are already in the turkey woods, and a lot of folks are getting going. Chris, in Missouri. I got a couple emails of folks finding grays in south of Kansas City already. There you go. Yeah, a little early and cold for Iowa yet, but it's coming. It's coming. All right, so if you just tuned in, you missed a really good segment with Jim Coffey, our Iowa Department of Natural Resources turkey biologist. Said we're going to have around 50,000 tags sold this year in Iowa, 22% success rate, and they're going to harvest about 11,500 birds if everybody does their job. Male or breeder turkeys are legal for the harvest. The kids are going to get first crack. That's going to be next weekend, 7th through the 9th. And get out there if you are lucky enough to tag a bird, and just remember to report it. That is our job as outdoors folks, that we need to report our game. 1-800-771-4692, or you can go through the Go Iowa Outdoors app and then write the confirmation numbers in there. First season is going to be April 10th through the 13th. Second season in Iowa is going to be April 14th through the 18th. Third season, April 19th through the 25th. Season 4 will be April 26th through May 14th. And if you're an archer in Missouri, or Iowa, archer in Iowa, April 10th through May 14th, you get to hunt all 4 seasons. So, hey, we're going to give away that big whitetail hunt to Triple H Outfitters. I'm going to draw the name next The 7th, April 7th, I will be live in Kansas with Larry and Paul and Ryan, or I think Paul's going to be there. Ryan and Larry for sure, and Donovan, and we're going to draw the name right on Facebook Live. And should I do it on Facebook Live, or should I announce it on the app? I'll tell you what. We'll draw on. We'll do. I'll try to see. I'm going to be in Kansas, so I don't know if I can really do it in the app because I'm not going to have. I'm not going to have my broadcast stuff with me. So, we'll just do it on Facebook Live, and then when we do the fishing trip, I'll do that only on the app because I think that's what I said I was going to do. But anyway, winners will be drawn next week. So good luck to everybody. And we appreciate everybody that listens to the Outdoor Call Radio app. Please tell your friends and family about it. We got some really good shows on there for you to take advantage of. Annual Spring Wildlife Survey is underway. Staff with the Iowa Department of Natural Resources are currently conducting their annual nighttime spotlight surveys across the state, collecting information on Iowa's deer and fur bearer populations. The annual survey is conducted through mid-March to mid-April in each county, beginning an hour after sunset, preferably on nights with low wind, good visibility, and high humidity. The routes will cover different habitats from river bottoms to farm fields, prairies, woodlots, pastures, and timber stands. They do 50-mile routes, 2 per county, also driven below 20 miles per hour while doing their spotlighting and shining out of both sides of the vehicle. According to the number of deer and fur bearers seen along the habitat type, kind of messed that up, didn't I? At different points along the way, staff were careful to avoid shining homes and livestock and all that other fun stuff. So that's going on right now. Real quick, decoys. I had a couple questions about decoys. How did I clean? I actually take Armor All, and I'll take my Dave Smith decoys, and I'll use Armor All to clean them all up and get them nice and clean. And I want it to look shiny, because if you're ever out in the turkey woods and you see that sun hit when they're out there sunning and stuff, them feathers, they look shiny, right? So you don't want them to be dirty or dull. You want them to look like what they're used to seeing. So, hey, Jose Capasa, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. That's just a great way to clean them up, and I always keep them in a good bag when I'm carrying it back and forth. So I got my 3 hens, and I got to decide if I'm going to use a Jake Strutter or my Tom Strutter. I'm gonna take my breeding pair with me. I've got a Jake on a string that I'm gonna try, and a breeding hen. So we'll see how that goes. But anyway, this will be my first hunt with my Rupert's Roost and Peace turkey call. So I'm excited. Hopefully I'll have some good stories for you. I know Larry and Paul just got back from Texas. They did great. They got 4 birds in Texas. And they got to shoot some hogs and stuff while they were down there. So if you get a chance, check out Respect the Game TV's YouTube page. They got some pictures and some short vids on there. There's one really cool video. I think Paul's the hunter, but the way I think Larry did it when he was taping, but it's from the bottom limb perspective, and it's a really cool shot. If you get a chance, check that out. That's pretty cool. So. Tonight, if you like Ghost and Bigfoot and all that other stuff, we're going to be talking ghosts tonight on the Unknown Files show. That's that new show we started in January. That's going to be at 7 o'clock tonight Central Time. I've got some folks from, are they from Ohio? Or I think they're from Ohio. But they did an investigation in the prison where the Shawshank Redemption was the movie, the Shawshank Redemption. They did a couple days in there, and they got some pretty neat stories. So that'll be on at 7 o'clock tonight. So, all right. Hey, next week will be a best of. I will be out of pocket for the next couple weeks, so I'm gonna miss you. I will be on the air Saturday morning in Iowa here on Des Moines on 1350 ESPN, and I'll be back on Facebook Live on Saturday, and then I'll be off for the week or so. I'll be chasing birds. So for the next couple Wednesdays, we're gonna be doing just a couple best ofs while I'm out taping turkey hunts. So I will let you know what's going on the best I can. Get out there and plan your hunt your plan. Make sure you get everything ready to go. Go through all your calls right now. I got my Rupert's Roost and Peace. I got my over and under right here. Just make sure your strikers are good to go. You got your scrap material, so you can. I got extra stuff here that I can scuff up my calls and stuff. Make sure you have plenty of that so you can keep those calls nice and conditioned. Get your broadheads ready to go. This is what I'm going to shoot this year. I'm going to shoot the Slick Tricks torches, and that's got that 2-inch cutting diameter. So that's going to be my broadhead du jour for the turkey season this year. So if you got questions or something, just hit me up and message me or text me. You can always go to the outdoorcallradio.com. My email, look for a mailbox on the radio page. I've got a mailbox, cartoon mailbox. Click that, my email pops right up. If you got something that you need help with, email me, and I promise you, I will give me a day or so, but I will get back to you. And anything I can do to help, if you got questions, I'm always here for you. So, all right, this show went quick. I will see you. I'll be back on the air here at 7 o'clock. If you need anything, like I said, let me know. Otherwise, I need to get out of here and go see what Jenny is up to up there. So you be good, and we'll see you here in an hour and a half or so. What is it, an hour and a half? Yeah, hour and a half on the Unknown Files show. Till next time, this is Outdoors Dan. Don't forget, the outdoorcallradio.com is the website, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks, everybody. All right, everybody. Thank you. I appreciate it. Everybody be careful going home. Hey, Darren, Elvis. Anybody need insurance in Ankeny, Iowa? Go see my agent, Darren Elvis Islander, American Family Insurance. He's been helping me all week. He's my buddy because he just wants to be your insurance guy. Yeah, there you go. Instead of teddy bears. See what I did there, Darren? I know I tried. Hey, you guys be good. I'll see you at 7. Have a great rest of your day if I don't talk to you then. And if not, I will see you Saturday. Thanks, everybody. Be good.